I never seen it my own self. My sister did.
Oh, your sister
But I
did.
lived here when all this was going on. I worked right over here. This little place called Kitty's where you turn to go to the Mothman statue. It was a little hot dog ice cream place then. It was Dairyland. It started, there was two couples up in the TNT area, and it was also a place that everybody went to park, and they were drag raced up there and whatever. It was government owned, and not all of it wasn't occupied at that time. And the two couples that was up there, the first spotting of it was there, and they were parked. They had their parking lights on. They thought that might have been part of a draw, but anyhow, the Mothman came up over top of them, liked and scared them to death because they never had heard or didn't have an inkling, what was there. And he was about really, really tall. They estimated about 8 foot and had about an 8-foot wingspan. Nothing like anyone had ever seen in this area.
You said that your sister saw it. How old was she when she saw it?
In her 20s, probably. Her and a companion was up there, and they were going to go in and look around the North Power Plant. It was still there then. Had a lot of sayings in there, like class of so-and-so was here, little phrases from different people, on the walls, and pictures drawn, people wouldn't say anything about it for a long time, because first thing they'd say, well, just what was you drinking? Or what was you smoking? That's when pot first came out. But, so she didn't say anything about it for a while. But she said, Carolyn, we hadn't had a thing to drink. She said, we had a 6-pack in the car, but we hadn't drank anything. And she said they got out and was standing talking back and forth across the car, and she heard something, like shh, shh. And she turned around and looked backwards, and he was trying to come through the doors on the building, and his wingspan wouldn't come through. It was too big. So I said, well, Marcel, did he walk out and fly off, or how did he get through? Because I said, I have a lot of camera crews in here. She said, when I looked back, he was coming out sideways with his wings. He tilted sideways. He knew to do that. And then when he flew over top of him, she looked up and seen them big red eyes like on the front of Jeff's book. Not glary like an animal, like you would think, but big bloody looking eyes. And she said, I can't tell you what the rest of it looked like. We were out of there. But he didn't hurt nobody, but we never knew that then. It's when he first appeared, and we wasn't sure the reason for it or why he was there, or was he mean, or was he an angel, or, we didn't know.
From your knowledge, did the military get involved or anything such as that?
Well, I knew that they went up there looking for it. I knew there was some people went up there with guns, and the sheriff's department went up there to tell them, they couldn't shoot it because they didn't know what they were shooting or who they were shooting. They wanted to make sure, I think it wasn't something just made up, and it wasn't. But I think the National Guard backed them up, the sheriff's department. I was on a wagon one night. We do hay rides with the festival up there. And of course it was dark, I couldn't see who I was standing beside of, but I narrated on one of the wagons, and I heard this voice say, Carolyn, when we started out through there, he said, Carolyn, I don't know what was up here, but he said there sure was something. And he said it wasn't just made up or someone trying to scare somebody. And by the time he said a couple of words, I knew who he was. He was one of our ex-deputy sheriffs, and he was a sheriff at that time when that happened. He said, we were called up here time and time again. And he said, people was hysterical. It wasn't just made up.